Hello, everybody. It is June 13th, 2025, Friday the 13th, and it's Joe with the Strange Voyage Files and Sleeping Beauty over here. What's your name?
Maddie.
Madison. We're going to do our rankings of the Friday the 13th movies in honor of Friday the 13th. We have two separate lists. We have Madison and mine, so we're going to do Madison's first. I'll pull out the DVDs. We're using the Scream Factory set for this one. I didn't feel like it's easy to bring this box up from from downstairs. So, but we do have the Arrow releases of Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell, and the 2009 movie. But this one's just easy to use. So we're going to use this as our references. All right, Madison, do you want to show us? Well, how do you want to do it, Madison? Do you want to do you do yours and I do mine at the same time?
Yeah.
You want to do it at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Madison. What is your worst movie on the list?
Freddy versus Jason.
Freddy versus Jason. Okay. This one. Yeah. This usually makes the bottom of quite a few people's list. It's gonna be close to the bottom of my list. It's not gonna be at the bottom, but this one was a lot of problems with this movie. First off, the director didn't know the first thing about Friday the 13th. Sorry, trying to do this without a glare. Secondly, they did not use Kane Hodder. Now, all cards on the table, Kane Hodder is not my favorite Jason. He's a great Jason, don't get me wrong, but he's not my favorite Jason. And the guy who played Jason in this, and I can't think of his name right now. That's horrible. I can't think of his name. Did a pretty good job, don't get me wrong. And I believe he plays the cook in the person who played Jason in this one plays the cook in part 8 that goes to fight Jason in the diner and doesn't end up doing too well. But yeah, I can see, and a lot of people think this is more of a Nightmare on Elm Street movie than it is a Friday the 13th movie. Very anticlimactic. Jason doesn't really do much. The characters, I think, are lame. Why did you put it at the bottom of yours?
It just is really stupid and there's not much going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, the Jason's knocked out. Yeah, I get it. Now, mine's not going to be too much different, but my worst one is... God, that one's not too far off. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. This was just trash. I cannot stand the body swapping in this movie. I think the characters are stupid. You don't see Jason. It starts off great with the FBI agent, pretending to be just a woman in a cabin, and then leads Jason out, and they blow Jason up. That's pretty cool. But then the rest of this is just really, really stupid. Steals from Halloween, where now Jason has a sister. It just. And again, this was from people who never really did much. It's a first-time director. I think the first time he really directed anything, and he was a young kid. This was just trash. There is nothing redeeming about this one for me. So that's the bottom of my list. All right, what's the next one for you, Maddie?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to Hell. All right, not a big surprise. Why do you say that for you?
Because there wasn't really a Jason in it. In the whole transferring body thing was really stupid.
And I think that's what kills a lot of people with this is that whole transferring bodies. We don't have to take too much out because my next one is this one. I don't like Freddy versus Jason either. For everything I said, when we were talking about Madison's, it's basically a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I always prefer human Jason. And I think this was just hodgepodge together. It's not only just zombie Jason. Jason has no motive. There's nothing going on in this movie. The characters are terrible. The final girl, I don't even remember her name. I can't stand her. Robert Englund is kind of the only saving grace in this movie, but that's about it. No, yeah, that would be my next one for his garbage. All right, Maddie, what's the next one for you?
Jason Lives.
Oh, Jason lives. Whoa. Ooh. Madison maybe getting some hate in the comments. Jason lives is her next one. Okay. Um, well, you tell, because I don't really have too much bad to say. Why do you not like this one?
Because I didn't like the whole Tommy thing coming back. Like him, this was the one he like came back.
Where he brings
Yeah.
Jason back?
Yeah, that was so stupid.
Okay, so you're not a big fan of zombie Jason and whatnot?
No.
Okay. Hey, good enough. All right. My next one on the list would, sorry guys, that's my, would probably be this one, 2009, the remake. Um, I don't like this one. I don't like Rambo Jason. I don't like Jason setting traps. I also don't like Jason overly strong. Now, the guy, once again, God, this is horrible. Let me get his name. Come on. Derek Mears. Derek Mears really did a good job. He was, and I've heard many interviews, many people talk about him. I watched the AVA Pop Culture channel a lot. Check that one out. Great guy, great channel. And he met him, and he said he could not. And he actually, I think he worked on this. The guy who does AVA Pop Culture, I think he actually worked on this movie. Says that he met Derek Mears at a convention, and Derek came and bought his stuff, and he just could not be nicer. And I think Derek did a great job. My problem with this is the whole Rambo thing. You know, Jason is now, setting traps. And yes, I know he set a trap in part 2. I get it. But it's like he's an expert at being a survivalist, and he's too strong. This is, Jason. You could fight Jason in the first, in 2, 3, and 4. He's just too strong. It's like it went too over the top. And I think they tried to mash the first 4 movies together into this, and they did it unsuccessfully. So yeah, this was mine. Maddie, what's your next one?
We're on 9, right?
Well, I don't know. What did you have?
No, I mean yeah. Jason X.
Jason X. Jason. You don't like Jason in space?
I liked it. It was just not very pointful.
Very pointful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I didn't like the whole where he kept coming back. Like, they couldn't kill him.
Okay.
It was, like, most of the other ones, they, like, kill him or he's, like, gone. He was never gone.
Okay.
Fully.
Okay. Okay. Then that's usually one that does not do well with a lot of people. My next one, though, is actually this. Jason Takes Manhattan. The last of the Paramount ones. For the same reason everybody puts this towards the bottom of their list. Jason Takes Manhattan for 1 minute and 37 seconds. And the rest of the time, Jason's on the teenage love boat. A lot of this is shot in Vancouver. I do believe, now they are in Times Square, and I do believe, I remember in the making of this, the documentary, or maybe in that Crystal Lake documentary that was awesome, they actually were in Times Square, but I think only for one night. Paramount would not pay too much money for this movie. There was no way they were going to be able to shoot in New York. Paramount would not pay for that. So they are in Times Square, I know, for at least one night. That's real. But the rest of this is in Vancouver. Very forgettable characters. Jason dying in the end as a kid in toxic sludge. No. Not for me. Not at all. You can take that job and shove it for me. So yeah, that's the next one for me. All right, Maddie, what about you?
Jason Takes Manhattan.
Jason Takes Manhattan. Any different reason than what I gave?
No.
Okay. My next one. I already said the remake. Yeah, I did said the remake. Gosh. I didn't do a list. I'm kind of doing this on the fly because I really like. Oh boy, I'm between 2 of them right now. You know what? It's got to be this one, and I like. These are the movies now that I'm really, really starting to like. The New Blood, it's good. Again, I love Kane Hodder. I want to put that out there, and I've never met him, but every story I've ever heard about the man. Is he could not be nicer and better to the fans. But he wasn't my favorite Jason. I don't like the and I understand it's zombie Jason. I think this had a good premise. They're very forgettable, stupid characters. I do like, God rest her soul, Lar Park Lincoln. She was great in this movie. Bad News Cruise pretty much saved this movie. But it's good. I go back to this one. It's somewhat, it's enjoyable, but I don't know. It kind of strayed a little bit too much from Friday the 13th for me. All right, what's your next one?
The remake.
Okay. 2009, how come?
Because it was better than the, past ones that I had before, but it wasn't, as good as, the rest of them. The rest of them were better. The rest of them, I liked all the movie, and I liked the characters and the actors, but it wasn't as good as the other
So
ones.
it's a good one. You like it. It's okay. All right. My next one, man, I can feel the typing. I can feel the you're out of your mind. I can't just pay homage to it. The first one. The first one is a great movie the first time. And it is good. Annie rocks. Alice is great. Mrs. Voorhees was phenomenal. Absolutely, positively phenomenal. Betsey Russell, she did this because she needed to buy a car. She had no want to do this movie. She did it because she needed to buy a car. But it's forgettable. Truly, think about it for a second. Besides Alice, now, I love Annie. Annie was by far the cutest girl in any of these movies. Who else? Kevin Bacon. Oh, this is one Kevin Bacon's in. Who else do you remember? What other kills do you really remember in this movie? Not much for me. It's good. I enjoy it. These movies, starting with The New Blood, I enjoy. But no, I just... No, it doesn't do much for me. I know you guys are thinking there's one he hasn't said. Is he on drugs? I don't know, but okay.
My next one, The New Blood.
Okay, so the one where it's like Jason versus Carrie. Why is this one? And this is one you like. Now you're getting the ones you kind of really like.
Yeah, it was just the fact that she had powers. It kind of just annoyed me. Because it's so unrealistic that it annoys me. Because the other one, other ones are more realistic. There could be someone who actually goes and kills people, but some girl who chases the killer with powers isn't gonna happen.
All right, I will give you that. All right, my next one. I love this movie, Jason X. I love this movie. I don't care. You know what? Here's the thing with Jason X for me. You gotta take out thinking that everybody involved in this movie knew not to take this movie seriously. This was a filler because they were still trying to figure out how Paramount and New Line were going to make Freddy versus Jason. They needed to keep the franchise going. And when I watch this, that's what I think. It's corny. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. And if you go in with that mindset, it's awesome. Yes, it is the nitrogen face. Liquid nitrogen face kill. You have some great characters in here. You got some freaks in here. This is an awesome movie. I like Uber Jason. If you don't take it too seriously, this is a good movie. I like this one. Next one for you, Maddie.
This one. Right? Yeah. Yeah. The fifth one, The New Beginning, because after, with the whole Tommy things, after Tommy's, there, in the fourth movie, I don't think he needed to come back.
Okay.
I think the whole thing with Tommy coming back for 2 more movies was really stupid.
Oh, okay. So you think you could have started. All right, very good.
Because he kind of annoyed me.
Okay. Understandable. Oh, don't drop the stuff. Now, did you say you had Jason X already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put this off to the side. My next one is part 6. And again, these are movies that I really, really like now. Um, I, again, my favorite is not Zombie Jason. This is a very, very good movie. It's funny. This is the first movie I saw in the theater. And I remember going with a bunch of my buddies and saw this, and my buddies and their older brothers. And there's the scene where the cop kills the cockroach, and my brother, who had gone out to go to the bathroom because they snuck in quite a few beers and he was half in the bag, comes in right at that point and he goes, "I was going to eat that cockroach, man, no!" And the whole theater started laughing, and it was fun. Everybody was having fun in the theater with this. This is funny. I love Man Behind the Mask. I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan, so there's that too. This is a fun ride. I like this one a lot. So that's my next one. Maddie?
The final chapter. I liked the movie and all the characters, but when in the ending, like more towards the end, where Tommy pretends to be Jason as a little kid, that was kind of stupid, and I feel like they could have found another way to kill Jason.
Okay. All right. Very good. My next one is actually A New Beginning. This used to be extremely low on my list. This was, I mean, before Jason Goes to Hell and Freddy vs. Jason came out, I hated this movie. This is my least favorite Friday the 13th movie. Yes, it sucks. There is no Jason. That it's Roy. That is stupid. Other than that, this is one of the most gruesome, gory, Friday the 13th-ish Friday the 13th movies there is. It is really good. The characters are really good. The characters are memorable. If this was actually Jason, and I think if they would have just, said Jason's back, who knows, but he's back, and it was Jason, this movie would have done extremely well. I really, really like this one, so this is my next one. Maddie?
The first Friday the 13th, the original one.
Okay.
I liked the mom, and it was a really good movie, but I liked other ones a bit better.
Okay. Did you already get part 5?
Yeah.
You did part 5 on yours? All right. So we each have
2 more.
I have 3.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now my list. This is crazy because I did this a few years ago on my old channel. And this list has totally changed. Totally changed. This was always my number 2. But Friday the 13th final chapter, again, these movies, especially these top 3, they are perfect movies. Absolutely perfect movies. Jason is awesome in here. The characters are great in here. God, what are their names? Crispin Glover. But there's the girl who gets killed in the in the raft that was in Weird Science. She's awesome in this movie. You get a lot, and then there's the other girl who's supposed to be the virginal girl who gets the axe in her stomach after she finds her boyfriend dead in the shower. She's good. There's very memorable characters in here. I agree with you, Madison, that it was. I did always think the whole thing about Tommy shaving his head and whatnot, I thought that was stupid. I thought that part was always kind of ridiculous. But Jason in this movie is absolutely phenomenal. The story plays out perfectly. This is an absolute perfect movie. Great movie. All right, so we both have 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's your number 2?
Friday the 13th Part 2. Because I liked that Jason was introduced in this one, and it was a good way to introduce him. And I liked Ginny, the final girl. Okay.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, and I'm even wearing the shirt, but my number 2, this was always number 1. But over the past year or so, Friday the 13th Part 3, which I love and was always number 1 for me, has fallen to the number 2 spot. Now, this is my favorite Jason. And, God, I am really... Oh, my God. What's the guy's name that plays this? This is terrible. As Daddy gets older and older, I just forgetting more and more things as I get older and older. but he was supposed to be so awesome to meet in real life, and he has passed on. He's just great. Slow, menacing, stalking. Yes, he's big. Great characters. Shelley's in here. Chris is a great final girl. You have the bikers, who are absolutely phenomenal. And when the one biker comes out to save Chris, you think that there's going to be a big fight between him and Jason. Of course, Jason ends him rather quickly. But this is a great movie. This was always number one. But man, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow this would be number one. But yeah, for me, this is number two just by a hair. I love this movie. A lot of people don't think it's aged well. A lot of people is at the bottom half of their list. I never got it. Whatever. I love this movie. All right, Maddie. So then that means what's your number two?
Part 3.
Part 3. Why is it number 2?
Number 1.
Oh, this is your number 1. I'm sorry. Why is this your number 1?
The same reasons you said. I just liked it better, and it's just a better movie than the Part 2 for me.
Okay. And then that leaves, number 2. Number 2 is my favorite. And the reason this has crept up is Ginny. And that's actually because of you. Because she loves Chris, but when you talk about these two movies, when you talk about Part 2 and Part 3, I don't know if you realize that you like, man, you seem to really like Ginny more. And Ginny is a very complex character. I know in the movie she's like studying child psychology and whatnot, but she really does a great job. Amy Steele does a phenomenal job doing this. Again, very memorable characters. Even if you don't remember the names, the guy in the wheelchair who gets the machete to the face and goes down the stairs, one of the most memorable kills. Wow, God. The girl who is in the Mickey Mouse shirt. God, Daddy, really. 2 years ago, I would have remembered all these names. Don't remember. She's awesome. I mean, these are some great. You knocked me over. These are some great characters. All around great movie. The introduction to Jason. One of the things I do like about this Jason is he's not perfect. You know, he falls off a stool. He's kind of bumbling. He's not this just killer that he's not the Part 6 and Part 7 and Part 8 Jason where it's just, I'm killing. You do feel he's got some emotion, and there's the whole mom thing in this. In 2 and 3 especially. But even, going into 4, you kind of feel the whole, the revenge for his mother and this protecting his territory. That played a big role, and I loved it. And again, I always preferred Human Jason. All right, well, leave your comments. Thanks for watching. This one over here has to do are you ever going to do the Instagram?
Sometime.
I've been promising the viewers for months now. I think that's going to be your assignment right after this video. All right, so like, subscribe, leave your comments. Let us know your list too. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.